Hey all, by Ken Rimmer again. Today will be my thoughts on the Slayer album, God Hates Us All. Who cannot forget the tragic date this album was released, September 11th, 2001. I still know what I was doing that day. I was working at a grocery store. Unbelievable. Alright, so after the somewhat lacking Diablos in Muzicka, how would Slayer fare out with God Hates Us All? Alright, so we start off with the intro for Darkness of Christ. Whatever. I honestly have to say, I don't mind this album here. Some of my friends, they just love this album here, and even one of them has it as their favorite Slayer album of all time. Kind of shocking, but then we go to Disciple for myself is a killer song. It never gets sick of that song. And there's some bonus songs on here, so I'm just going by what was released in the studio. It still, this album I find also still has some of that new metal and groove to this album. Like, ugh. Okay, so then there's God Sent Death was next, and that was an okay song. I actually do like that song. Pardon me, I really like that song a lot. A lot. New Faith starts off really good. The second half, it brings it down. There's something missing about it. Like, I wish it would have stayed as the banger as it was the first half instead of the second half of that song. Cast Down and Threshold. Now, I am mixed on those two songs there, as I should not like them, but it's not bad. I find that they're a little bit more tolerable than I expected them to be. Exile is just a headbanger and it gets the adrenaline pumped. Seven Faces. Oh fuck, I love that song there. After that, there was Bloodline. Okay, I really like that song there. I'm not going to lie with you. It's one of my favorite songs on this album here. Then it was Deviants. That's just awful. You could skip that fucking song, to be perfectly honest with you. Warzone. Holy shit. Short and sweet and is a banger. I really like that, like I've just said. I think this was also recorded for WWF back in the day for the Raw is War. After that one, there is Scarred Struck, which is not on their released on the real album. This is just a bonus. This is just the album has two bonus songs, so I'm not counting that one there. Then it was Here Comes the Pain, another song. I honestly think that song there was also recorded for WCW wrestling back in the day. Like, my God, the Slayer and wrestling back in the Attitude Era, I guess you could call it, for the wrestling. Another song. I like that song a lot also, I'm not going to lie. Then there's the closer, because I'm not counting Addict, like I said, because it's not from the original release. So we got Payback. Okay, that is my favorite song on the album there. How could you not like that fucking song there? It is a throwback Slayer song, I find. Just fucking awesome. So we'll go to in conclusion. What do after all that, what do I think about this album here? Pardon me. It is a major step up from Diablos in Musica. Let's not kid ourselves. It's still retaining some of that new metal and groove, which I can honestly do without. But for some of the songs, it just works. Like Deviants is the song I can just do without. It's just horrible. And like I've said, there's two other songs, Cast Down and Threshold, that they're just okay. They're tolerable, I find. Like I said, it's a big step up from Diablos. It's got more variety and it's heavier, I find also. And Paul's drumming on this album here for myself, it steals the show. His drumming was fucking amazing. I still listen to this album here regularly, just not as much as some of my friends do. So for myself here, what do I rank this album out of 10? I would rank this album here as a 7.5. So that's how I would rank this album here. My thoughts on Slayer, God Hates Us All. Everyone, let me know, what are your thoughts on this album here? How would you rate this album out of 10? Let me know. Hit the subscribe button, please. Keep buying physical metal copies of albums to support the bands. Never mind all this fucking streaming bullshit. And as always, stay fucking heavy.